My grandpa's cabin, carved from pine, stands proud in Greenhaven Valley, my family's Texas stronghold for generations. Until Linda Carver, the HOA Karen of Crestwood, burst in, shrieking it's her land. She called the cops, claiming my valley, her fancy neighborhood's ground. But she didn't know. With cameras catching her lies and proof I own the valley, her house squats on. Don't forget to show some love for Gossip Karen's spirit with a like on this video. Thank you so much. It was a crisp Texas morning in Greenhaven Valley, the kind where the air smells of pine, and the only sound is the rustle of leaves. I was sitting at my cabin's oak table, a property map spread out, my coffee mug steaming. My cabin, a sturdy log haven my grandfather built, sits on my family's ranch, the heart of a valley we've owned for generations. I'm Ethan Caldwell, 38, a park ranger who loves the quiet, the solitude. But that morning, trouble was brewing, and it wore designer heels. I was checking my land's boundaries, something I do to keep this valley safe, when my front door slammed open, rattling the windows. Linda Carver, the Crestwood HOA president, stormed in, her manicured nails gripping papers, her face twisted with fury. Ethan Caldwell, you need to tear down this shack now. Her voice hit a pitch that could scare off coyotes. This eyesore's ruining our property values. My developer friend says it's blocking a major project. And I won't let some squatter tank our community. I set my mug down, staying calm despite her intrusion. Linda, this cabin's on my land, outside your HOA's reach. You've got no say here. I pointed to the map, tracing the valley's edge. See? Your Crestwood stops there. My ranch owns everything else, including the land your house sits on. Linda's face went red, her buttocks straining. That's nonsense. She jabbed her phone, dialing with fury. I'm calling the cops. You're trespassing on community land. And I've got witnesses. She waved at the empty forest, as if trees could testify. I leaned back, almost amused. Witnesses? Huh? Good luck with that. 20 minutes later, Deputy Tom Ray's cruiser rolled up. I've known Tom since high school, a no-nonsense guy who loves fishing. He stepped out, his slight eye roll at Linda's theatrics saying it all. Linda, what's the problem? He asked. Notepad ready, voice tired. Linda launched into a performance, hands flailing, voice cracking like she was on a soap opera set. This squatter's illegal cabin is a blight. It's attracting wildlife, lowering our home values, threatening our kids. Arrest him now. Tom listened, then turned to me. A faint smirk. Ethan, got your deed handy? I handed over the papers, watching Linda's smirk fade as Tom scanned them. Ma'am, Ethan owns this land. Clear as day. The cabin's legal. Outside your HOA. No crime here. Then Tom's eyes caught something. A tiny camera tucked behind my porch light. This yours? Linda? He held it up, her face paling. Installing cameras on private property without consent? That's illegal. Ma'am, I'm noting this. Linda sputtered. That's for community safety. But Tom's pen kept moving, and she stormed off, heels sinking in the dirt. I thought that was the end, but hours later, my phone lit up. Linda had posted on Crestwood's social media photos of my cabin from every angle, captioned, "Urgent. Blight threatens Crestwood. This illegal shack must go." Comments poured in. Neighbors I barely knew calling me a vagrant, demanding action. My sanctuary, my family's legacy, was now a neighborhood villain. By evening, cars crept past my cabin, people snapping photos like it was a crime scene. My jaw tightened, but I stayed calm. Years as a ranger teaching me patience. Then my laptop pinged. An email from the Crestwood HOA, sent to me, and, oddly, Linda's personal contacts. Survey team set for tonight, 8 hours, p.m. Move boundary stakes before they arrive. Caldwell won't suspect. Developer needs encroachment proof. I froze, rereading. Linda had sent her plan to me by mistake. My blood boiled. This wasn't about property values. It was a land grab, and my ranch was the prize. I called Clara Nguyen, my lawyer. Voice low. Clara, Linda's forging surveys, planning to steal my land. She just emailed me her scheme. By accident. This 3440. Clara's tone was sharp. Eager. Send it now. Ethan. That's evidence. Fraud. Conspiracy. I'll dig into her developer friends. Get your cameras ready. If she sends surveyors, we'll catch them. I checked my security cameras. I set up after a poaching scare last year. One at the gate, one by the cabin, one hidden in a cedar tree. All live. I'm not just a ranger. I know every inch of my valley, every law protecting it. Linda thought she could outsmart me, but she just handed me her playbook. At dusk, headlights pierced the trees. Not at 8 hours p.m., like the email said. But now, Linda had moved her timeline, thinking I was clueless. 3 men in orange vests stepped out, carrying stakes and tape measures, led by a burly guy with a clipboard. They planted signs. Danger, encroachment zone, turning my ranch into a staged crime scene. I grabbed my flashlight, camera rolling, and stepped outside. Evening, gentlemen. My voice was calm, but firm. I'm Ethan Caldwell, owner of this land. Got permission to be here? The leader smirked, barely glancing up. Crestwood HOA hired us. Boundary survey. Your cabin's on their land, pal. Mrs. Carver warned us you'd play dumb. My lens caught every word. Funny, my deed says otherwise. Without my consent, you're trespassing. Leave now, or I'm calling the sheriff. The men hesitated, then packed up, grumbling, leaving their signs behind. I photographed each one, evidence mounting. By morning, the town was buzzing. Linda's post had gone viral locally. Neighbors whispering about the squatter in Greenhaven. At the general store, old Mr. Hayes, a Crestwood resident, avoided my gaze, muttering about property values. The pressure was building, exactly as Linda wanted. But then Emma Ruiz, a former HOA clerk, knocked on my door, nervous, clutching a folder. Ethan, I worked for Linda last year, until she fired me for asking questions. I kept these. She handed over papers, altered HOA minutes, forged surveys, an email about my ranch, prime development land. If Caldwell can be removed, offer triple market value. It was dated months ago, before Linda's concern for property values. My eyes widened. Emma, this is fraud. Why risk showing me? Emma's voice shook. She humiliated me. Find my mom $500 for her roses. You're fighting her. I want to help. I took the folder, promising to protect her. Send me digital copies. Clara needs this. That evening, Linda's next email hit, announcing an HOA meeting to address the Caldwell threat. I typed a reply, short, biting. Dear Crestwood, OA, my land's outside your control. Respectfully decline your meeting. Ethan Caldwell, owner, Greenhaven Valley. I hit send, knowing it'd rile Linda up. As night fell, I sat on my porch, the valley's pines whispering. Linda's email, her surveyors, her lies. They all pointed to one thing. She wanted my land for a developer's millions. But I'm not just a ranger. I own every acre, including Crestwood's lots. A secret my uncle kept quiet. Linda thought she was the queen, but she was squatting on my valley. You've got no idea who you're messing with. Linda, I said to the stars, camera feeds glowing on my phone, ready for her next move. I stood on my cabin, porch, coffee mug, cooling in my hands, staring at the danger encroachment zone, signs Linda Carver's fake surveyors had left behind. The Texas sun glinted off my stone mailbox, a reminder of my family's claim to Greenhaven Valley. Linda's email, sent to me by mistake, laid out her plan to steal my land with forged surveys and a developer's millions. Her camera on my porch, her viral post calling my cabin a blight, her 911 call accusing me of squatting it was all unraveling. With Emma's documents, Clara Wynn's legal smarts, and my cameras, I was ready to fight. Linda thought she could bully me off my ranch. She was about to learn I owned the valley she lived in. I called Clara, my lawyer, as I checked my horses in the pasture. Clara, Linda's surveyors came early, left signs claiming my cabin's on HOA land. My cameras caught them, and her email proves it's a setup. What's next? Clara's voice was sharp, eager. That email's gold. Ethan, fraud, conspiracy, trespassing. The video's another felony. I'm filing a restraining order against Linda and requesting a county survey to debunk her maps. Send me the footage and Emma's files. We're hitting her hard. I uploaded the surveyor's video, bagged the signs as evidence, and checked my cameras again. The feeds were live, ready for Linda's next move. My phone buzzed. A text from Emma Ruiz. Linda's posted again, calling you a threat to Crestwood. Meeting tonight. Says she's got proof you're illegal. I'm digging. Meet me? I headed to Emma's place, coffee in hand. Her living room was a mess of laptops and papers, a war room against Linda. Look at this, Emma said, pulling up Linda's post. Photos of my cabin. Captioned, Crestwood under siege. Illegal structure must go. Comments piled up. Neighbors I'd known for years demanding I fix the blight. Emma scrolled to a new email, sent to Crestwood's mailing list. Emergency HOA. Meeting tonight, addressing E. Caldwell's violations. Save our community. I forwarded it to Clara. Jaw tight. She's turning neighbors against me, rallying them to push me out. Clara replied fast. Every post is defamation. More evidence. Bring Emma's documents to the meeting, and your deed. We'll expose her. By noon, sirens wailed. Deputy Tom Reyes pulled up, looking exhausted. Ethan, Linda called. Says you're harassing her surveyors. Claims you threatened them last night. I laughed, incredulous. They were on my land, planting fake signs. My cameras caught it all. I showed Tom the footage. Linda's email on my phone. His eyes widened. This is fraud, Ethan. She's called us 12 times this month. A half about you. My sergeant's fed up. I'll log this, but get a surveyor out here. Quick. Tom left, promising to investigate. I called Emma. Linda's escalating, accusing me of threats. Got anything new? Emma texted back. Found an HOA budget. $50,000 paid to Carver Realty, Linda's company, for consulting. No receipts. Meet at my place. Bringing Henry. Henry Walsh, a retired Crestwood board member, arrived at Emma's with a folder, his face heavy with guilt. Ethan, I've known your uncle. Knew he owned this valley. Linda pressured me to stay quiet, said it was for community good. I kept these. He handed over papers. Forged HOA minutes. A fake survey claiming my cabin encroached 15 feet, signed by a county official who died in 2017. I stared at the signature, heart pounding. She's forging dead people's names. Henry, why come forward now? Henry's voice cracked. She fined my daughter $600 for her fence. Said it was on HOA land. I saw your cabin signs. Knew it was Linda's tricks. I'm done staying silent. I took the papers, promising to protect him. Send digital copies to Clara. We need you at the meeting. The HOA meeting was a circus. The Crestwood Community Center was packed. 70 residents crammed in. Tension thick. Linda stood at the podium, PowerPoint flashing my cabin's photos. Her voice dripping venom. Ethan Caldwell's illegal shack threatens our homes. He's moved boundary markers, defied our rules, endangered our kids. I sat in the back, calm, Emma recording beside me. Mrs. Chen, a neighbor, raised her hand. Linda, you fined my roses $400. Said my garden's on HOA land. My deed says it's mine. Where's your proof? Linda's smile twitched. Mrs. Chin, your roses violated aesthetics. For safety. Mr. Patel stood, voice shaking. What about my driveway? You took 8 feet. Said it's common area. Show us the survey. The crowd murmured. Heads turning. Linda clicked to a slide of my ranch. This isn't about driveways. Caldwell's conspiring to ruin Crestwood. I stood, voice steady, cutting through. Linda, let's talk about your surveys. Why'd you send a team to my land at dusk? Why's your email instructing them to move stakes? Emma played the surveyor video, gasps filling the room. And Carver Realty? Why's it getting $50,000 from HOA funds for consulting? The crowd erupted. She's stealing. My fence too. Linda's face paled, voice shrill. That's lies. You're framing me. Henry stood, holding a fine. You took my daughter's land. Linda, your map's fake. Signed by a dead official. Explain that. Linda slammed her remote, screaming, this meeting's adjourned. She fled, residents shouting after her. I stayed put, letting their anger simmer. Emma whispered, she's cracking. By morning, my cabin gate was spray-painted. Squatter, in neon yellow. My cameras caught it. 2 hours. AM. Linda's SUV idling nearby. I saved the footage, called Clara. Got her vandalizing. Clear as day. Clara was thrilled. Felony number 2, Ethan. Criminal mischief, plus trespassing. I'm sending it to the sheriff. The county surveyor's coming tomorrow. We'll bury her maps. At the general store. Whispers followed me. That's the squatter. A cashier muttered, avoiding my eyes. Linda's campaign was working, isolating me. But Emma texted. More neighbors talking. Chin's got a $500 fine for their porch. Ready to testify. Meet at my place. I arrived to find the Chins, Patels, and Mrs. Rodriguez. Documents piled high. Mrs. Chin, furious, held a $300 fine for her overgrown lawn. It's my yard. Linda said it's HOA land. Took half our garden. Mr. Patel added. My mailbox. $400. Too tall. Her surveyor was a kid with a Home Depot vest. I collected their papers. Heart racing. Clara's building a case. Fraud. Extortion. We're stopping her. Clara called. Voice electric. Ethan. Carver Realty's affront. Linda's funneled $90,000 from HOA funds, disguised as maintenance. Her developer, Horizon Group, paid her $30,000 for your ranch. I found a 1,998 survey your uncle filed. There's a Native American site under your workshop, protected by law. That's why she needs your land. To destroy it. I touched my uncle's map on the table, his handwriting clear. He knew, didn't he? Built that workshop to hide it. Clara's tone hardened. And we'll protect it. I'm subpoenaing Horizon's financials, and the DA's interested. Racketeering's on the table. Get more neighbors. We need their stories. MB. By afternoon, Tom arrived, watching the vandalism video. That's Linda's SUV, no doubt. She's called 15 times this year. Half nonsense. We're charging her. Criminal mischief. Harassment. Your lawyer's good? I nodded. Clara Nguyen, she's filing a countersuit. Tom grinned. Linda's in for a reckoning. That evening, Linda's next email hit, accusing me of terrorizing Crestwood. Attached a photo of my cabin. Paint fresh, captioned, Caldwell's vandalism. I laughed, forwarding it to Clara. She's blaming me for her crime. Clara replied, she's done. Ethan, that photo's time-stamped. Matches your footage. Defamation. Another charge. Restraining orders filed. She steps near you. She's arrested. The county surveyor, Frank Ellis, arrived the next day, studying my deed. Linda's map. Your uncle's deed solid. Ethan, valley's yours, including Crestwood's lots. Linda's maps? Fiction. Stolen half an acre from 12 properties. All common area now. I showed Frank the vandalism video. Linda's paint can clear. Frank shook his head. Criminal tampering. I'll testify. As Frank left, Emma texted. Found an HOA email. Linda to Horizon. Caldwell's resistance needs liens. Legal pressure. Dated yesterday. I stood by my cabin, hand on the log wall my grandfather built. Linda's lies, her paint, her fake stakes, were crumbling. But she wasn't done. Disparate people played dirty. I checked my cameras. Ready for war. Knowing I held the valley's title. And Linda's fate. I stood by my cabin's stone mailbox, coffee mug in hand. The Texas sunrise casting a warm glow over Green Haven Valley. The neon yellow, squatter, paint Linda Carver had sprayed was scrubbed clean. But her war wasn't over. Her fake surveys, forged signatures, and vandalism were piling up. And so was my evidence. Emma's videos, Henry's documents, Claire and Wynn's legal strategy. They were all bricks in a wall closing in on Linda. She thought she could steal my ranch for her developers' millions. Erase the Native American artifacts my uncle protected. But I owned the valley, including her Crestwood, and I was ready to prove it. I called Clara, my lawyer, as I checked my cameras. Clara, Linda's called another HOA meeting tonight. Says she's exposing my crimes. Her lien email. The vandalism footage. She's slipping. What's our play? Clara's voice was fierce, steady. She's desperate. Ethan. That lien's fraudulent. Backdated. I filed to dismiss it. Added extortion to our countersuit. The vandalism? Felony charge. Sheriff's case is moving. Criminal mischief. Harassment. False reports. Bring Emma's latest video to the meeting. The one of Linda painting your fence. We'll turn her proof into her downfall. I saved the fence video to a USB. Heart pounding. She's losing control. Clara. But she's not done. Clara laughed. Cold. Good. Desperate people make mistakes. The county surveyor's report is in. Your deed's untouchable. Linda's maps are lies. I'm meeting the DA tomorrow. Racketeering's on the table. Get more neighbors. Their stories seal this. My phone buzzed. A text from Emma. Linda's posted again. Calling you a danger. Chins and Patel's ready to talk. Meet at my place? I headed over. Coffee still warm. Emma's living room was a battlefield. Laptops glowing. Papers everywhere. Mr. Patel sat with a stack of HOA fines. Linda charged us $500 for our gazebo. Said it's on HOA land. Our deed says it's ours. Mrs. Chin added, voice shaking. She fined our porch $400. Claimed it's common area. Took half our yard. I took their documents. Gut twisting. She's hit everyone. Hasn't she? Emma nodded, pulling up a spreadsheet. I've tracked her fines. $70,000 in 3 years. All fake. And look, she opened a 2021 HOA budget. $40,000 to Carver Realty. Linda's company. For landscaping. No trees planted. No sidewalks fixed. She's stealing. I forwarded it to Clara. Jaw tight. Embezzlement. Clara needs this. Emma grinned, already emailing. And Henry found an email. Linda to her board. Tried to sell common area last year. Your ranch was next. I leaned back. Processing. She's not just after my land. She's running a scam. By noon, sirens wailed. Deputy Tom Reyes pulled up, looking like he hadn't slept. Ethan, Linda called. Says you're endangering Crestwood. Claims your cabin's a fire hazard. I snorted, showing Tom my fire permits. It's my land. Tom, she's desperate. Check this. I played the fence video. Linda's paint can glowing at 3 hours a.m. Tom's eyes widened. That's her SUV. No question. She's called 18 times this year. 10 about you. My sergeant's referring her for false reports. This video's another charge. Vandalism. Tom took a copy. Promising action. Keep documenting. Ethan. She's in deep. I called Emma. Linda's at it again. Fire hazard now. Got more? Emma texted. Found an HOA cloud file. Passwords Crestwood 123. Forged surveys. Fake invoices. And a contract with Horizon Group. $150,000 for your ranch. Once it's common area. Meet me? At Emma's. She opened the contract. My uncle's workshop mentioned. Archaeological concerns must be resolved pre-sale. I froze. They know about the artifacts. Want to destroy them. Emma's eyes blazed. We'll stop her. My video's at 5,000 views. Neighbors commenting. Linda's fined everyone. Chen started a petition, 20 signatures to dissolve the HOA. I nodded, our heart racing. Get them to the meeting. We're exposing her. The HOA meeting was a powder keg. The community center overflowed, 80 residents packed in, anger simmering. Linda stood at the podium, PowerPoint flashing my cabin. Ethan Caldwell's shack endangers Crestwood. He's forged deeds, vandalized our land, conspired with developers. I sat in the front, calm. Emma recording. Mr. Patel raised his hand. Linda, you fined my gazebo $500. Said it's HOA land. My deed says otherwise. Where's your survey? Linda's smile faltered. Mr. Patel, your gazebo violated codes. For safety. Mrs. Chin stood, holding a fine. What about my porch? You took our yard. Said it's common area. Show us proof. The crowd roared. My driveway. My garden. Linda clicked to my cabin, paint glaring. This vandalism proves Caldwell's guilt. I stood, FU voice cutting through. Linda, you painted my fence. My cameras caught you. Emma played the video. Linda's SUV clear. The room exploded. She did that? Lying to us? Linda's face went white. Voice shrill. That's fake. Caldwell's framing me. Henry stood, holding documents. You find my daughter's fence. Linda, your survey's signed by a dead official. Explain. Linda slammed her remote, screaming. This meeting's adjourned. She fled. Residents shouting. I stayed, letting their anger grow. Emma whispered. She's done. Next morning. Another 911 call. Tom arrived. Linda says your horses are loose weapons. Claims one chased her. I laughed, patting Daisy. She's 25. Chases grass. Here's new footage. I showed Linda spraying my gate at 4 hours a.m. Tom shook his head. Another felony. Trespassing. Vandalism. We're charging her. DA's taking over. By noon. Frank Ellis. The county surveyor. Arrived. A map spread on my table. Your uncle's deed's rock solid. Ethan. Valley's yours. Including Crestwood's lots. Linda's map stole 0.6 acres from 15 properties. All common area. Fraud. Plain. And simple. I showed Frank the gate video. Linda's paint clear. Frank nodded. Criminal tampering. I'll testify. Clara called. Voice electric. Ethan. Horizon Group's paid Linda $70,000 for your ranch, disguised as consulting. I've got their bank records. And a 1,998 survey your uncle filed. Confirms the artifacts under your workshop. Protected by law. No development allowed. DA's building a federal case. Racketeering. Forgery. I touched my uncle's map. He planned this. Didn't he? To save the valley. Clara's tone softened. He did. And you're finishing it. Restraining orders active. Linda's banned from your land. Get more neighbors. Their fines are key. At Emma's, the Chins, Patel's, and Mrs. Rodriguez piled fines high. Mrs. Rodriguez, eyes fierce, held a $600 fine for her unauthorized mailbox. It's my land. Linda took half my yard. Mr. Chin added, our swing set, $400. She said our backyard's hers. Her surveyor was a kid. I collected their papers, promising justice. Clara's got fraud, extortion. We're ending this. Emma pulled up a new email. Linda, to Horizon, accidentally leaked. Caldwell's resistance needs liens. Legal pressure. Secure ranch by next week. Dated yesterday. I sent it to Clara. Voice grim. She's trying to force me out before the DA moves. Clara replied. Conspiracy. Another charge. DA's issuing a warrant. She's running out of time. Next day, Tom brought news. Linda's charged. Criminal mischief. Trespassing. False reports. Her 911 calls. 22 this year. Half about you. DA's got racketeering. Thanks to your evidence. I handed over the gate video. Linda's paint glowing. Tom grinned. She's done. Ethan, stay sharp. She's cornered. As Tom left, Emma texted. New post. Linda says you're terrorizing Crestwood. Photo of your cabin. Claims it's a meth lab. I laughed. Forwarding to Clara. She's recycling lies. But we've got her on tape. Clara replied. Defamation. Again. Warrants ready. She's out of moves. I stood by my cabin, hand on the logs my grandfather carved. Linda's scam, her paint, her lies, were collapsing. But cornered animals bite, and I knew she'd try something big. My cameras hummed. My uncle's map on the table. The valley mine, including Crestwood. You're squatting on my land. Linda, I said to the pines, and I'm taking it back. I leaned against my cabin's log wall, coffee mug steaming in the Texas dawn, eyes fixed on the valley I'd sworn to protect. Greenhaven's pines whispered. My uncle's map on the table, a reminder I owned every acre, including Crestwood's lots. Linda Carver's campaign of fake surveys, forged signatures, and spray-painted lies was crumbling. Her $150,000 deal to sell my ranch, to erase the Native American artifacts under my workshop, was unraveling. Emma's videos, Henry's confessions, Clara and Wynn's legal strikes, and a growing band of neighbors were closing in. Linda thought she could steal my land. She didn't know I held the title to her world. I called Clara, my lawyer. As I checked my cameras, Clara, Linda's latest email, calling my cabin a meth lab, and that lien for $10,000? She's desperate, but she's called another HOA meeting, says she's got final proof. I'm a squatter. Clara's voice was razor sharp. She's drowning. Ethan, the lien's fake. Backdated. I've filed to void it. Added extortion to our suit. Her meth lab claim? Defamation. Another charge. Sheriff's case is solid. Vandalism. Trespassing. False reports. Racketeering pending. Bring Emma's gate video tonight. Linda painting at 4 hours a.m. We'll end her at that meeting. I saved the video. Heart steady. She's cornered. Clara. What's her next play? Clara chuckled. Cold. She'll try to sway the crowd. Play victim. But her email to Horizon Group, demanding your ranch? It's conspiracy. DA's ready to move. Get the chins. Patel's. Rodriguez there. Their fines bury her. My phone buzzed. Emma texting. Linda's viral again. Says you're armed and dangerous. Rodriguez got a $700 fine for her fence. Ready to testify? Meet at my place? I headed over, coffee in hand. Emma's living room was a command center. Laptops humming. Papers stacked. Mrs. Rodriguez sat, eyes blazing, holding a fine. Linda took half my yard. Said my fence is HOA land. $700 for my own property. Mr. Chin added. Our mailbox. $500. Wrong height. Her surveyor was a kid. No license. I took their documents. Gut twisting. She's robbed everyone, hasn't she? Emma nodded, pulling up a post. My video's at 20,000 views. Neighbors sharing fines. Linda's hit 30 properties. Petition to dissolve the HOAs at 40 signatures. Chins are rallying more. I sent the fines to Clara. Voice firm. This is bigger than my ranch. It's the whole valley. Clara called. Voice electric. Ethan, I got Horizon Group's financials. Linda's funneled $120,000 from HOA funds to Carver Realty, her front. Horizon paid her $80,000 for your ranch, disguised as fees. And your uncle's $1,998 survey? It's federal. The artifacts are protected. No development ever. DA's building a federal case. She's facing decades. I touched my uncle's map, his handwriting a shield. He set this up to stop her kind. Clara's tone hardened. And we're finishing it. Restraining orders active. Linda's banned from your land. I'm filing an injunction to freeze her land sales. Get more neighbors. Their stories are key. By noon, Deputy Tom Reyes pulled up, looking haggard. Ethan, Linda called. Says your cabin's housing explosives. Claims she saw suspicious barrels. I laughed, showing Tom my water tanks. She's scraping the barrel. Tom, here's new footage. I played the gate video. Linda's paint glowing. Tom's eyes widened. Another felony. Vandalism, trespassing. She's called 25 times this year. 15 about you. DA's charging her. Racketeering's locked in. Tom took the video, grinning. Your lawyer's a shark. Ethan, stay vigilant. She's unhinged. I called Emma. Linda's at it again. Explosives now. Got anything? Emma texted. Hacked HOA cloud again. And found a video file. Caldwell proof. Linda faking a harassment clip. Using your voice from a town hall. Plus, a $200,000 Horizon contract. Your ranch for a strip mall. Meet me? At Emma's, she played the video. Linda coaching someone. Make Ethan's voice say back off or else. Use the town hall audio. My blood boiled. She's forging harassment to ruin me. Emma's eyes flashed. We'll ruin her. Chin's got 10 more neighbors, all fined, ready for the meeting. The HOA meeting was a battlefield. The community center overflowed. 90 residents packed in, anger crackling. Linda stood at the podium, face composed, but hands trembling. A photo of my cabin projected. Ethan Caldwell shack harbors danger. He's forged deeds, threatened me, planned to sell our land. I sat in the front, calm. Emma recording. Mrs. Rodriguez raised her hand. Linda, you fined my fence $700. Said it's HOA land. My deed says it's mine. Show the survey. Linda's smile twitched. Mrs. Rodriguez, your fence violated codes. For safety. Mr. Patel stood. My gazebo. 500. You took my yard. Where's the real survey? The crowd roared. My driveway. My roses. Linda clicked to my gate, paint glaring. This vandalism proves Caldwell's guilt. I stood, voice slicing through. Linda, you painted my gate. My cameras caught you. Emma played the video. Linda's SUV unmistakable. The room erupted. She's lying. To us? Linda's face drained, voice shrill. That's fake. Caldwell's framing me. Mrs. Chin stood, holding a fine. You took our porch. Linda, your survey's signed by a dead man. Explain. Linda slammed her remote, screaming. This is sabotage. She fled. Residents surging forward, shouting. I stayed calm. Emma whispering. She's finished. Next morning, another 911 call. Tom arrived. Linda says you're stockpiling weapons. Claims she saw guns. I showed Tom my hunting rifles. Licensed. She's desperate. Tom, new video. I played Linda spraying my fence at 3 hours a.m. Tom shook his head. Another charge. She's done. DA's warrants ready. By noon, Frank Ellis, the surveyor, stopped by. Map spread. Ethan, Linda's stolen 0.8 acres across Crestwood. 18 properties. All common area. Your ranch lost 12 feet. Chin's 10, Patel's 8. Fraud, top to bottom. I showed Frank the fence video. Linda's paint clear. Frank nodded. Criminal tampering. I'll swear to it. Clara called. Voice blazing. Ethan, Linda's video? Faking your voice? Evidence tampering, felony. Horizons wired her $100,000. Bank records prove it. And your uncle's survey? Federal protections locked. Artifacts untouchable. DA's arresting her soon. Racketeering. Fraud. Forgery. I stood in my workshop. Uncle's tools dusty. He built this to save them, didn't he? Clara softened. He did. Ethan, you're his legacy. Injunctions filed. No land sales. Get more fines. We're closing the net. At Emma's is the Chins, Patels, Rodriguez, and new neighbors, the Lopezes. Brought fines. Mr. Lopez held a $800 fine for his unauthorized shed. It's my land. Linda took half our backyard. Mrs. Patel added. Our mailbox. $600. Wrong color. Her surveyor was a kid. I collected their papers, promising justice. Clara's got fraud, extortion. We're ending her. Emma pulled up a new email. Linda to Horizon. Leaked. Caldwell's resistance needs lawsuits. Pressure him out. Dated yesterday, with a fake harassment video attached. My voice doctored. Back off. Linda, or else. I sent it to Clara. Voice hard. She's faking harassment to force me out. Clara replied. Witness tampering. Another felony. DA's moving. She's out of time. Next day, Tom brought news. Linda's charged. Vandalism. Trespassing. Fraud. False reports. Her 911 calls. 28. This year. 18 about you. DA's got racketeering. Thanks to you. I handed over the harassment video. Linda's voice coaching the edit. Tom grinned. She's cooked. Ethan. Stay ready. She'll swing. As Tom left, Emma texted. Linda's emailing. Says you're recruiting a militia. Photo of your horses. Claims they're attack animals. I laughed. Forwarding to Clara. She's recycling lies, but we've got her. Clara replied. Defamation. Again. Warrants issued. She's done. I stood by my cabin, hand on my uncle's map. Linda's scam. Her paint. Her forged video. Collapsing. But desperate people lash out. And I knew her final play would be vicious. My cameras hummed. The valley mine. Crestwood included. You're squatting on my land, Linda. I said to the sunrise. And I'm taking you down. I stood on my cabin porch. Coffee mug warm in my hands. The Texas sunrise bathing Greenhaven Valley in gold. My grandfather's logs, my uncle's map. My family's brand on the stone mailbox. They were anchors in a fight I'd never wanted. Linda Carver's empire of fake surveys, forged signatures, and spray-painted lies was collapsing. Her $150,000 scheme to steal my ranch, to destroy the Native American artifacts under my workshop, had unraveled. Emma's videos, Henry's courage, Clara Nguyen's legal brilliance, and Crestwood's rising voices had trapped her. Linda thought she could bully me off my land. She didn't know I owned the valley her house stood on. Clara called, voice electric, as I fed my horses. Ethan, the trial's today. Linda's charged with fraud, racketeering, vandalism, trespassing, evidence tampering, false reports. Her lawyer's begging for a plea, but the DA's going for blood. Your evidence. Emma's footage. The neighbor's finest, it's a slam dunk. Be at the courthouse. Bring the Chins. Patels. Rodriguez. I checked my cameras. Feed's clear. Linda's restraining order keeping her away. She's got that fake harassment video. Clara, will it hurt us? Clara laughed. Sharp. It's her noose. Ethan, we've got her coaching the edit. Felony tampering. DA's ready. She's done. I texted Emma, who rallied the neighbors. All in, she replied. Videos at 100,000 views. HOA dissolution petitions at 70 signatures. I stood by my workshop, Uncle's tools inside. A shield for artifacts centuries old. Linda wanted to erase them, but I was finishing what my family started. The Austin courthouse buzzed. Reporters swarming the steps. I walked through, ignoring shouts. Emma, the Chins, Patels, and Mrs. Rodriguez behind me. The courtroom was packed. 50 Crestwood residents in the gallery. Tension thick. Linda sat at the defendant's table, navy suit crisp, but her face gaunt, eyes darting. Her lawyer, flustered, shuffled papers, outmatched. DA, Sarah Vega, opened, voice commanding. Linda Carver ran a criminal enterprise disguised as an HOA, forging documents, stealing land, extorting residents. When Ethan Caldwell challenged her, she waged war, with lies, vandalism, and fake evidence, to seize his ranch for a $150,000 deal. You'll see her crimes laid bare. Sarah played Emma's gate video. Linda's SUV idling as she sprayed. Squatter. The jury gasped at the 3 hours AM fence footage. Linda painting fake lines. Emails to Horizon Group flashed. Linda demanding $80,000 for my ranch. The forged signature stamp, a dead official's name. Drew murmurs. Sarah held my uncle's 1,998 survey. This proves a protected archaeological site, untouchable by law. Carver planned to destroy it. Linda's lawyer argued, voice thin, my client was misled, protecting Crestwood's values. But the jury smirked when Sarah played Linda's 911 calls. Meth lab, attack horses, explosives. Laughter rippled. Linda sinking lower. Emma testified, voice steady, holding her tablet. I recorded Linda vandalizing Ethan's property, painting his fence at night. She fined my mom's roses $500. Stole our backyard. Her maps took 8 feet from us. Thousands from our HOA. Mrs. Chin followed, eyes fierce. Linda fined our porch $400. Said our yard's hers. We trusted her, until Ethan showed her lies. Mr. Patel added, my gazebo, $500. My driveway gone. Her fake surveys stole our land. Mrs. Rodriguez, trembling but resolute, and held a fine. My fence, $700. Half my yard taken. Linda lied, but Ethan fought for us. I took the stand, my voice calm. I just wanted to live on my ranch, protect my uncle's legacy. Linda called the cops, vandalized my cabin, faked harassment to steal my land. She targeted my workshop, to destroy artifacts my family guarded. This isn't about a cabin. It's about greed, abuse, and theft. Linda's lawyer cross-examined, voice smug. Mr. Caldwell, didn't you provoke Miss Carver by defying HOA rules? I met his gaze. My ranch isn't under her HOA. She forged maps, stole money, lied to sell my home. The evidence proves it. The jury's eyes burned, disgust clear. Linda whispered to her lawyer, hands shaking, her defense in tatters. Sarah's closing was brutal. Linda Carver didn't protect Crestwood. She plundered it. She stole land, trust, $120,000 in HOA funds. When Ethan Caldwell stood firm, she escalated, with vandalism, lies, fake videos. Hold her accountable. Linda's lawyer pleaded. Miss Carver made errors, not crimes. She cared too much. The jury wasn't buying it. Deliberation took 2 hours. The foreman stood, voice firm, guilty, on all counts. The courtroom erupted, residents cheering, hugging. Linda slumped, face blank, as charges were read. Wire fraud, racketeering, vandalism, trespassing, evidence tampering, false reports. Sentencing was set for later, but her empire was dust. Outside, neighbors swarmed me. Emma grabbed my hand. You did it. Ethan, we're free. Mrs. Chin hugged me, tears streaming. My kids can play. No fines. Mrs. Rodriguez smiled. You saved my yard. Our homes. I shook my head. You all saved it. Your fines, your courage. That's the win. Clara joined us, grinning. DA's seizing Linda's assets, her house included. She owes $400,000 in fake fines. split among Crestwood. Carver Realties shut down. Horizon Group's under FBI probe. I stood by my cabin, painting the logs fresh. Not for Linda, but for my uncle. Deputy Tom pulled up, six-pack in hand. Celebrating? Ethan, you earned it. We sat on my porch, horses grazing. Linda called us 28 times this year, Tom said, raising a bottle. Drove us nuts? Now, kids ride bikes. No rulers measuring yards. Thanks to you. End quote. I clinked my bottle. Thanks to all of us. A letter came from the Texas Historical Commission, confirming my uncle's 1,998 survey, my workshop a protected site, untouchable forever. They offered me a preservation board seat. My fight now a legacy. Sarah Vega called. Voice bright. Sentencing set. Linda's facing 8 to 12 years. Restitution of $400,000. Her house is seized. Eviction next week. Poetic, right? I laughed, standing in my pasture, grass brushing my boots. She wanted my ranch. Now she's losing her squat. Sarah added. Horizon's executives are indicted. Your case cracked their network. 6 counties. Millions stolen. You stopped them. I hosted a barbecue at my ranch. Emma brought enchiladas. Chins grilled. Rodriguez's grandkids ran free. No fines. Mr. Patel raised a glass. To Ethan. And no HOAs. The crowd cheered, laughter echoing. I stepped back, watching. My cabin, logs gleaming, stood proud. My workshop, guarding history, was safe. I thought of Linda, her paint cans, her fake video, her lies, all powerless now. She'd seen my ranch as a prize, my cabin as defiance. But it was never about a cabin. It was about family, truth, standing tall. A reporter called, seeking comment. Mr. Caldwell. Linda claims she was framed. Thoughts? I smiled. The jury saw the truth. Justice won. That's enough. I walked to my workshop, picking up my uncle's hammer, finishing his repairs. My phone buzzed. Emma's text. Kids biking on my street. No fines. Thank you, Ethan. I typed back. Thank you, Emma, for the fight. A package arrived. No return address. A tape measure, Linda's initials scratched in. A note. You won't need this. Caldwell. I chuckled, tossed it in a drawer. A relic of her fall. Maybe I'd display it. A reminder of Crestwood's stand. I sat on my porch, valley glowing under the stars. My cabin, my ranch, my uncle's legacy, stood firm. Neighbors waved. Free at last. The HOA was gone. A community garden rising. Emma's idea. I raised my mug to the sky. To justice. To the valley I'd saved. Linda, Crestwood's queen, was a cautionary tale. And somewhere, in a cell, she was learning. You can't steal from a man who owns the ground you stand on, or a community that fights as one. Thanks for joining me on Ethan's epic takedown of Linda's HOA tyranny. Your support keeps these stories alive. If this saga got you fired up, smash that like button. It means everything. Drop a comment below. What's the craziest HOA drama you've seen? Share your stories. We'll catch you next time for more tales of justice and neighbors fighting back. Until then, keep your land free and stay awesome.